The year 2017, the year that I began feeling the pinch of being broke. Third year out of job. So many opinions kept coming my side in relation to the direction I should take with my life. I still had some decisions to make courtesy of my brand at Doc Mathematics. I decided to pursue my main agenda. Very confident, full of energy as usual, self-motivated. I had to start my year with a well-thought strategy. At Doc Mathematics, from being a platform that I could express myself with my skills, once thinking of operating it as a mathematics club, to this point in time where I felt that I could capture the three aspects: motivation, knowledge, thought process. I then felt I could fully operate it inside my brand, and not my brand being something I could introduce after. This is the very time the position CEO came to my mind. Doctor, CEO at Doc Mathematics. I decided to take full ownership of my decisions, be the CEO of my life, my skills, my talents, my abilities first before any other person can make me one. You will have to find me in my work, the CEO class. I decided to apply for mathematics for the 5th time and physics for the 3rd time. This time fully aware of exactly what I needed to do, especially in mathematics. It was so clear to me after getting very close to my target, knowing that I only needed one last chance, and that could be it for me. I had a lot to read. I applied for mathematics and physics against opinions that focused me to do things differently. Some were like, you already have a B+ in mathematics. Why don't you go for other subjects so as to improve on them and thus improve your mean grade? At that time, I had nothing in my mind to do with the mean grade, so I had to say no to that. Some were like, time is running out. You've got to find something to pursue this time around. I had to say no to all that. So I pursued the same examination center, Shimolateo Boys. So after I visited the NEC offices in Bamburi, later on going to pay for the amount required for the application of the exam, guess who I met? One of the former students at Shimolateo Boys, one among the many who I had interacted with, who had performed very well in K.C.S.E exam 2016, and was privileged to be the beneficiary of the Equity Foundation. And at that time, I got to meet him at Equity Branch, Kengeleni. He recognized me so fast, and he served me. Lesson: stick to your lane or else you will be distracted. Believe in yourself and cling to your lane always. That is what will take you to your destination. I had to make Kenya National Library Services in Mombasa my home, the place that I spent fighting for my mathematics dream in 2008. At that time, very bitter, but then this time around, happy and very optimistic about my future. Being broke meant I had to walk long distances to make it to the library and back. I also had to attend to my few tuitions around town. I took it positively. The whole experience kept me fit. At times, I used to visit Makupa Primary, chip in for mathematics lessons whenever I felt like, and whenever there was an opportunity. I also had my business card, my first business card at that particular time. So I used to spend some time at the library speaking to students, issuing them with my business card to take to their parents. Didn't get any response all through. It's around that time that I decided to try my first move in regards to mathematics motivation, testing the waters. So I went to Makupa Secondary School, expressed myself, and was offered a chance to speak to the Form 4 boys. I told them about my mathematics journey, the lessons I had learned, and how at that time I was preparing to face the same exam like them for the 5th time, and how I had strategically planned myself to achieve my target, grade A in mathematics, and how I needed them to journey with me. Later on, a few responded, but then I didn't get any to take through. But at least I remember inspiring them, and I loved that aspect about myself, that I could do it. Again, I visited Aga Khan Primary and Secondary. I was on the lookout to sign up for something. I wanted to tap into the teaching of both primary and secondary mathematics. I felt I had a lot to offer and also to grow into. I loved creating my own circumstances and experiences. Later, I thought of something else. What if I pursued what I wanted to do and then combined that with my love for table tennis? So around July that year, I paid my first visit to Aga Khan Academy. I wanted to go international. I wanted to grow into the mathematics of other educational systems around the world. After those few visits, I had to settle down to a schedule that carried me throughout the year and to the exam period. Being at the library from 6 p.m. to around 5:30 p.m. Then attend to my tuitions from 6 p.m. to around 8:30 p.m. just to get something little to keep me going. At that period, when the examination was around the corner, I paid a visit to Shimo Lateo Boys, looking forward to get the accommodation that I had got back in 2016. I found a new principal at the school, and I think he was the only one who didn't know me at that time. I told him about my story, and all was well, and I got the accommodation, the very same place as in 2016, a very quiet place by the seaside, all by myself. What a place to do my final touches prior to the exam. I linked up with the head of mathematics, the only person who understood my journey, who knew exactly what I was after, and the only person to ever tell me that he was predicting bigger things to happen to my life, because he could see how I was dedicated to achieving my dreams. Mr. Thuva, big respect. I had prepared a few questions that I needed clarified, and when he helped me sort them out, I was done and ready. I was in for it. I have never done a mathematics exam where you get to answer all the questions and still have some time to go through the paper to ensure that I answered the questions correctly, both in paper 1 and paper 2. I felt so good too, taking on the physics papers. I believed in myself after having enough time to prepare and study. The Form 4s, then Form 3s in 2016, were surprised to see me again at the school for K.C.S.E exam. But the whole situation was cool. They were all familiar with me. What a good time for me to do an examination in the best exam environment, courtesy of second year in office of the then CS Education, Dr. Fred Matiang'i. It's like he came to clean the path for me to rise. I left Shimo Lateo with the feeling that I had conquered one of my toughest challenges. I could feel it. I even told the head of mathematics how I felt I had gotten it right this time. What an environment to thrive in when you know that it's only through hard work that you get to excel. In came the results: grade A in mathematics and a grade B minus in physics. Having accomplished my life's biggest challenge, having had the opportunity to grow the other aspects of me through the mathematics experience, having something to take to the world, then University of Nairobi, Aga Khan strategy all clear. What else was in store for me? Meet me in the next part as I take you through the final bit of my story.